Welcome to Pickleball Unplugged, your backstage pass to courtside chaos, laughter, and everything in between. My name is Anisha, and I'm one of the co-hosts, and I'm joined by Anirudh today. And this is a really special episode. We're joined by the team owner and the captain of the QT Warriors.
So let's get a little more into the team, the ownership, and what their expectations are for the league, guys. So starting off with Kirti, can you please introduce yourself a little bit?
Hi everyone, I'm Kirti Reddy, owner Kirti Warriors, which company Kirti Estates has bought this season, and we are very proud to be part of this hyper local pickleball event that's being hosted for the very first time in our city. And an even prouder moment for us was Saina Nehwal co-owning the team, and we had an announcement 2 weeks back and we're also very happy that our team has won the Challengers Silver Cup. And we're looking forward to the main event starting from October 10th, which will be
Yes.
hosted by us.
Yes.
So we are officially kickstarting the pickleball season and looking forward to it. Yeah.
So I'd have to say the expectations are quite high from on the teams because a lot of people feel that your event will be the event to look up to, compared to all the other events. And it's also going to be the first event. So everyone's really looking forward to it. I personally also feel it'll probably be the best event of the lot.
Thank you.
Not to put extra any pressure on you guys, but yeah, this putting.
So Anirudh, like, yeah, he's saying there's no pressure on us. That like the way he said it, everyone's looking at us. That's like quite big thing. So yeah, we are really looking forward to October 10th. We are planning on we have a big guest invite list, and we're really looking forward to it because we've seen like what Pickle Out has done with the recent pickleball league matches that they have hosted for the last 1 year, and now HPL coming forward and doing this. The auction process was only so exciting. Like, it gives us a very international feel.
Yeah.
And the main point being that it's a hyper local team. Like, you might be seeing your uncle on the court or your niece or nephew on the court, and your friends are playing.
Yeah.
So, in every match, we are running into so many people that we know. Hyderabad is a small, it's a big city, but like, the pickleball community is also quite big.
Yeah.
I don't want to put my words wrong from what the previous episode had our founder of the HPL talking about it. There are 500 codes which have opened in the last 1 year.
Yeah.
Which means that the craze is like super reals. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like the craze is something else. Like everyone wants to be part of the sport. After all, they want to go on a court.
It's become like a life,
Yeah.
it's become like a lifestyle thing, right? Yeah. It's part of your week now.
Exactly. You have a high schooler, you have a employee after work, you have a retired person playing this game. Everyone is on the court for this game. So it's very interesting because probably the entire community comes forward to be part of this, and that's what makes it extra special. And for us, it's even special because we are a construction firm of 35 years in Hyderabad and Bangalore. So we've been building gated communities where we emphasize social infra a lot, where the community living is even, the experience gets even nicer, more real with the sports infra that you introduce to the communities.
Absolutely.
And pickleball being a community sport, we are proud to say that we are, one of the initial team owners, and we want this association to go on for a very long time. We want HPL to see a lot more wonderful seasons, and we want to journey with them in this. And the vibe is something else. Like, you should see my Instagram inbox. I wish I can look at it. Yeah, like I have messages from my school friends or my college friends saying like, Kirti, one of my friend is playing in your team. So it's something else. Like, so I'm a random friend from your school or your college
Yeah.
inboxes you and says, like, they're very excited, their office is excited, their community is excited because they have a player from their community.
Yeah.
Not just that, like, you also, the other day at a challenger match, I ran into my distant cousin,
Oh wow.
and he also had, he was so excited to be there because he was cheering for his friend from his community. So there were like 10, 15 people from the community who came along to cheer for the player. So it's something wonderful. Like, we have been missing this, and I don't know how this gap was identified, but you guys are doing a great job. Like, I think HPL is doing a great, commendable job. Yeah.
I think this is like one of the best things about the game, right? Because it's such a social sport and we are such a close-knit community in Hyderabad at this point. As you said, like if we, let's say we go to a tournament, we might end up seeing our old friends or, neighbors, or it can be your own cousin. And even at these, the HPL, you have a lot of like family that's playing, you have brother, sister, you're like wife and husband playing, you're like uncle and nephew playing. So you have a lot of family within, these teams who are part of maybe different teams also. But it's good to see that everyone, it's good to see, as you said, it's good to see when you see someone, playing. It's good to see that they're also playing the same sport. They say share the same interest and all that, right? So that's, I think, one of the good thing about pickleball is it's so social and it's so accessible to everybody. Even if you're a 35-year-old or a 55-year-old or a 60 plus or a teenager, anyone can get into this sport at any point of time and you can be equally competitive. So I think that is reason it's picked up so much in the last couple of years. It's so accessible, and if you want to get into the game, it's pretty easy to start off with.
Yeah, I think like a good 3-month practice on the court will make you competitive enough to be on the court. Like, we'll see you next season. This year. Yeah, I don't think I can play my game being a owner, but like, I'm really proud of what my CEO has done this season, and my captain has put it together in the best way. They both have been like great support to us, Shantanu and Zina. They've been doing commendable job. Like, Zina was there for the challenger matches. They are on the practice sessions with the teams. They make sure that rapport is built. And yeah, the challengers match, we were almost talked about team because we were the first team to have a
Game breaker. We got game breaker.
game breaker.
Game breaker.
Not
What?
dream, not dream match.
We're calling it game breaker. It's our version.
HPL is calling it
Game breaker.
game breaker. Yeah, we were very excited. Yeah, and what do we say? The spirit on the court, like everyone was shouting.
Yeah.
And like they were at the top of their voices cheering for their teams. It was amazing at 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
But that's something it is. Yes, I think this entire season, like the next 2 months, weekend parties will move to pickleball courts. Okay, PL, yeah, that's where we'll find all the Hyderabad crowd for the next 2 months. Yeah.
Hopefully, we're hoping for that. And we've already seen as it's become like a weekly activity for all of us, right? It's become part of our life now that we are planning our weekends or our holidays across these tournaments and pickleball. It's already ingrained into our lives.
Yeah.
So I'm sure going forward, it will become like more. We'll see this more and more happening with a lot more people.
Yeah.
So, that's what the HPL is trying to do, right? We're trying to build a community of like-minded people who share the love for the sport, coming together and playing, as part of the league and all these challenger cups. That's what HPL is essentially trying to do. So, getting to
Could I actually ask about, so as we mentioned, you're organizing the first event. And you had already mentioned how you had already seen how Pickle Out kind of conducts like tournaments. What else is happening on the organizational front for that night beyond the like actual tournament setup? Like, are you bringing, what is going to add to the event experience, right? That you think would be really valuable?
Like when HPL first mentioned the league and about this being very hyper local,
Yeah.
I got in because I believe Vikrant and the team, the founders, it could be like the entire team, Vikrant, Aditya, Karthik, Himanshu, Pratap, and I'm so sorry.
Yashwant.
Yashwant. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Yashwant. He is like, yeah, he plays a very pivotal role. I'm so sorry. It's just us. But these six guys have been so good with planning and everything. Everything looks seamless for us. All we have to do is like probably plan on getting your guest list there that day.
Yeah.
But we're also following the theme what the HPL has in mind already. We are not deviating from what has already been laid out. So we are looking forward to, I think, more than 1,000 turn up.
Oh,
Yeah, where the players are only probably the 200, but then you have friends, family, and we will also be seeing a lot of business owners coming in to have a look at the energy on court. It's more about the energy on court, what we are inviting them to have a view at, because it's something you have to see it to believe it.
Yeah.
So, and I am like, I have no words to talk about it because, like, my first league matches, the Challengers Cup, I started it. And then when I first went to the first Challengers match, I was surprised to see the energy on the court. So I want all my friends and family to experience it. It's an experience. And what HPL is giving is an experience of a hyper-local sports league.
Yeah.
As I said earlier, you'll be probably running into your friends and family, and it's a social event. Earlier, between the communities or between the colleges or wherever there were good players, it was restricted to only the sports associations. And if a common man had to come out and play, they had to register, they had to wait for a long time. I think with this league, the number of players who are part of this league this season, that itself will give a seamless experience to them. And we're not just talking about how we are organized, but also about the fun part. Like, it's going to look like a carnival. You're going to have a DJ, you're going to have music, you're going to have, various food stations, and you're going to have like the experience, you have to be there that day. And I hope to see you there that day. So we talk about it at least per side. Talk.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I think maybe we should do another session after the first game and
Yeah, for sure.
talk about how the
We can get the reactions. We can
Yeah.
get some reactions.
Yeah.
There.
And that's what we're looking at. So I think it's really amazing because I know a couple of uncles or youngsters who were playing within our communities. We have like in our existing communities in the city where they used to fix timings and book the court and go out and play with their friends from the other community. But with the league, we see people from all geographic areas of the city coming together and playing at a common point. That's HPL.
Yeah.
So our players are from Secunderabad, they're from Kukatpalli, they're from Gandipet, they're from Jubilee Hills, they're from Tarnaka, they're from everywhere. They're from all over the Twin Cities, which is the most exciting part because the vibe is real. Like, the common point for everyone to catch up on is the game.
Yeah.
It's pickleball. So yeah.
nice.
I think as what she said, right? We've seen earlier at tournaments, you've had people playing together, once in a while, or people playing, playing with your own friends or within your own colony or whatever else, right? Now with the league, we've seen people who have probably never played together, but maybe they know of each other because they all, we're all part of the same pickleball community. Maybe you would have seen them somewhere in some tournament. Now I think the league is an opportunity for all of them to come together, play as part of a team, as part of the franchisee, work together, to win the cup. So I think that's amazing to see that pickleball is bringing everyone closer, so that you're expanding the community at the same time you're getting everyone closer also. So it's becoming a little more intimate. Everyone's getting to know everybody. So I think for the community to grow, the community has to be happy, right? Everyone has to be happy. And I think this is like a good format, which is bring a little more structure into how people have been playing, right? Earlier, it would be like people, you just go to a ground, like book a venue, you just play with your friends, right? Now, with the league coming in, your practice sessions have also become a little more strategic or a little more structured. Maybe you're organized, you're planning out your week ahead, right? These are the days I'm going to go play with my team, right? Practice with my team. The rest of the days I can play with, whomever else I want. So that structure, I think, is important, which is what I think will make the sport grow faster going forward, or it'll also improve the overall level of the players that you've seen, right? Earlier, we would see at tournaments, whenever we would go, people would probably play like twice, 2 days before the tournament and just go play the tournament, right? Now that the league is going to be happening over a period of 8 to 9 weeks, you can't just play one day before the match and then, go play a match, right? You need to be practicing with the team, have good chemistry with everybody. It's very important for the captains to make sure that, everything is in place, the management is happy with all the players, the attitude and training and off, even apart from training, right? You need to have the right attitude, because on the day of the game, probably only 5, 6, 7 people will, be playing the matches. But when you have a squad of 10 people, I think squad management also is like a huge thing that we were talking with a couple of other captains as well. I think that is one thing which we will see as the league goes on, how the captains and management are able to keep everyone motivated. Even if they're not playing a match, they should be ready to, step in and, perform at the highest level when they're called upon. So I think that squad game is like very important. So with this whole structure coming into the practice, and the team bonding sessions that are happening, I'm sure people are like more acquainted with themselves right now, so that once the league starts, they have that chemistry going in, whomever else they're paired with in their team, you can go and perform, without the fear, and give your best for everything, right?
Could I just ask a really quick question? Because I know there's a couple of people in leadership positions. So, Kirti, you and Simon and Will are team owners. Then Shantanu is CEO, and Zena, your team captain. So, do you find yourselves, sharing responsibilities or dividing responsibilities, with regards to coaching, providing certain resources, building team morale? Where do you find the kind of overlap and kind of distinctions, I guess, with regards to these things?
Yeah, so I'll talk about uh, the chemistry that Shantanu and I have, because we kind of talk on a daily basis. So we've kind of divided our roles. I am more on the team and managing the team, and especially for HPL. I was very honest with him regarding the Challenger Cup. So he has taken up the role of everything for the Challengers Cup, only because I didn't have the time to manage both. In terms of coaching, we got a coach from Bombay whom I had practiced before. So I realized very early what the team needs, because we don't know each other. I've not played with most of them. I'm playing with them for the first time. So we got a coach very early, and thanks to Kirti and Shantanu, I kind of gave the proposal and they took it and said that, okay, let's do it. So, the ideas keep coming in, and obviously the decision will be the owners and Shantanu's, but they are all for the game. So at no point you feel like, if I tell this, it will not work out. So I think that's great about being in this team of as an outsider, saying that, okay, everything is for the team. And although you're playing probably an individual sport or two-player sport like a doubles match, but what the Premier League does is it gets us as a team. So we show up as Kirti Warriors on the court, and not as a Zina or a Bhaskar or a Soli or a Pratap. We are all together as Kirti Warriors, and we will fight the best fight on the court. Yeah, over to you.
Thank you.
So a little more about that, Kirti. Now that Saina also joined in on, as part of the in ownership. So what has done to the team? Having such an iconic player who's represented India at, at the highest level, won so many medals. What has done to the team? Like, what are they looking forward to? Having
No,
having
so
Saina
Saina, yeah, she's probably she's been a total surprise for us. Beyond everything, beyond HPL, because she's such a down to earth human. She's so easy to interact with. The energy around her is so calm and so approachable. It's not very easy to still maintain that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when we got into HPL, we were rooting for Saina to become a part of our team. We were manifesting it. I was manifesting for her to join the team. Yeah, and then luckily it happened. She met us, she spoke to us, she tried to understand her vision, and then it so happened that at the same time she also wanted to be part of the uh, HPL, because the main point of HPL being a hyper local sports league,
Yeah.
she wants to connect to players on the ground level in the city, within the city. Like, as we were talking about, like the players are from different walks of life. You have a businessman, you have a IT professional, you have a student, you have everyone.
Yeah.
We have type people, everyone. And she was also looking forward for venue like where she could become a part of such a activity. And then yeah, it just fell into place at the right time. And yeah, her being an Olympic medalist and representing our country on international level, I mean, like, it's really important. She's going to play a very big role, not just for our team, but also for the HPL, which we are looking forward to, because you have a whole bunch of youngsters who've come forward to make this happen on a very big level. And having a star personality like her is only going to boost and make it much easier for us. And I've also heard Mr. Srikanth has also joined a different team, and we're really happy that more sport personalities are coming forward, and they are also happy to be part of the league. That shows like how much craze is building for HPL and
Pickleball in general. Like,
because all in general, but also what you guys are doing. Like, it's not easy. It's not easy to bring everyone together in such an organized format, and making sure that everything is seamless. And we've only seen that with the Challengers match.
yeah.
So HPL, the main cup, is going to be like more organized, more structured, and then going to be more fun, extra fun. I'm sure like everyone is going to have great experience. So yeah, definitely Saina being a part of our team is a boost, not just to us but also for this entire community. And
Absolutely. Having such an iconic
yeah,
player part of the league, as as an owner, it's not just a boost for the players, but also for the league and the sport in general. When you're trying to promote the sport, grow the community, right? Having such highly, people who played at the highest level, such sportsmen who played for the country, right? And they're also, that too people who are from a different racket sport, badminton players coming in. So I think it's like a good advertisement for the pickleball in general. So, showing the reach of pickleball has grown, and we've seen people from tennis come in. Now we're seeing people from badminton come in, squash come in, other racket sports also come in, right? So I think someone like Saina joining, being part of the league, as an owner, is definitely like a huge boost when you're looking to promote HPL and pickleball in general. When someone talks about the league, they're definitely going to be talking about Saina being part of, as on the ownership of a team, right? That's a huge talking point, not just in our city, across the country, right? Because Saina is known across the country, it's going to be a huge talking point when people in Mumbai, Bangalore, or wherever else are talking about. They're not going to be talking just about the league. They'll also be talking that, such a great sportsman in Saina joining, HPL as an owner. It's going to become, get HPL into more limelight, right?
Yeah.
So that is, I think, definitely great for HPL. And we're really looking forward to seeing her at the events. And I think everyone is really looking forward to
no, it's also about this. She's a very busy woman. Like, she travels a lot. She's always between states, Delhi or Coimbatore, or like Bombay, Hyderabad. Like whenever she has time in Hyderabad, she has time for us. And
Did you guys get to play some pickleball
yes, of
somewhere?
course, we had a match with her. All the players played with her.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, that's where like we come from. Like, everyone love her energy on court, and she's been a very sweet person. And yeah, of course, she's going to be part of the entire league. Like, she is looking forward to promote it along with the TT Warriors and HPL. So it's a great initiative, because also what I also understood is like, pickleball is very soon going to be picked up by Olympics also as a
That's the whole. I
international.
think that's where we want to be, right? As
Yeah,
pickleball, yeah.
So there's a lot that's going to happen with this game in the coming future. And we should say that, like, we all should be proud of what we're doing here today because we're encouraging new talent to come on court. And with pickleball, its consistency is what I have understood from the last 2 months. Association with our players, with our team, our captain, our Shantanu, and everyone, and also our players uh, whom we see on the court. What we have understood is its consistency. How we play your game is more important than how good you are at it. And the team bonding and team coordination is even more important. And I think my captain Zina and our CEO Shantanu, they're doing a tremendous job with that because they give so much time. As a owner, like I think my job is only to say yes to whatever they want, what they are asking for, because they're doing their best. So I don't try to interfere in their activities because that's not my part, and I don't want to mess that up. Like, so I totally trust them with what they're doing, and they're being great at it. Like, they only seen that they're proven themselves because it wasn't easy for us to beat, opposite team in the Challengers Cup. All you guys on court have seen, and that and you were something else. Also, because our team has outperformed from what they have actually been doing, and I'm very, very proud of what they have done. Um, Aparajita, Vishak, Madhav, and Kiran. And so it's not been easy.
Yeah. So a lot of great players on
Yeah,
the team.
yeah. The game breaker, right? The game breaker.
That was probably the best match of the entire Challenger series. For those of you who haven't seen, who weren't at the venue, you guys missed out, but do check it out on YouTube when it comes out. But you had to be there to, see the emotions that everyone are going through, the players, and on the sidelines, everybody. It was the nerves. We could feel the nerves, from the sidelines. So kudos to the players to actually taking it to, right to the end and then pulling it off.
Our team came together in such a way, it was like a dream. Yeah, you're calling it game maker, but we call it because that's what we want to call KT Warriors and just US Dream Breakers.
No, the energy was so great, and kudos to your CEO because the energy was definitely set by him. So, yeah. I mean, I had mentioned it in another podcast episode where you could tell he really pays attention to how each player has played and knows like their strengths and stuff and kind of tune that commentary and support on that court when they were playing that game breaker as well. So, kudos to Shantanu.
Absolutely. I think I've been regularly interacting with Shantanu, throughout the Challenger series. And out of all the teams, I can openly say this, he's been the most passionate guy when it comes to the Challenger series. To be honest, couple of teams who shall not be named weren't taking the Challenger series that seriously. But I'd compare that to Shantanu. Every cup, every player that is on their squad, he was meticulously planning who to pick, who to not pick, what combinations to have. So if you look at the level of planning they've had for the Challenger series, you can expect what level of planning they might have for the league when it comes to their how they're organizing their team. So I think everyone else needs to step it up. I don't know what's happening in the backgrounds, but Kirti Warriors are really putting a lot of effort into everything, guys. So do watch out, and they're also hosting the first first it's on the 10th of October event is going to be hosted by Kirti Warriors. So that is going to be the event to beat, and Kirti here is saying 1,000+ people. So that's the number to beat, guys. 1,000+ players and 1,000% effort from their team, both on and off the court. So those are the numbers to beat. So let's see how it goes. Let's see what you guys can do.
Cool.
So a little more. So shall we get? We've always wanted to know a little bit about the auction part, right? Because none of us were there on the tables on strategy where the strategy was being decided, right? So can you give us a little insight onto how the league auction happened? Like what was the strategy behind picking maybe certain players or managing your budget? If you can give us some insights into what happened behind the scenes, I think we are all really looking forward to know a little bit about that.
Yeah, I think again it goes back to Shantanu because he's been the brain behind the auction for KT Warriors, and Zina has put in a lot of effort. They both really got us started on a good note. We knew who we wanted on our team. We were very clear. So we had option A, B, C. If option A was our first, and for whatever reason, if we couldn't bid higher than the amount what we had to follow table and everything. Yeah, that's the inside thing. So if we couldn't get the option A player by whatsoever reason, we had to go B or C. But in the end, we have made such a beautiful team. Shantanu and Zina, they've done such a great job. Yeah. And Shantanu had been to so many matches before the auction. He's personally been to so many matches just to get an understanding of a player. It was a effort of couple of months, I would say, not just leaks, because he knew strengths of each and every player, not by the ratings were given on the board, but he knew them personally. And we did had a fair idea, but like the time and effort that he's given to put this together is something which we could have never asked for from anyone. And he's done a great job. I'm not just saying that because he's a CEO and a friend, but I'm also saying that because he's so passionate about the game.
Yeah.
He knows strengths and weaknesses of each player, and he's done a great job in putting right people together. We have a player who's a 15-year-old. So
14 and 16.
14 and 16, yeah.
Jia and Dhruv.
Yeah. So yeah, the fun part on the table during auction was when we were bidding for a different player. We were left with like only 1,000 rupees in our
2,000 rupees.
2,000 rupees.
And we needed to pick up.
Yeah, we picked up and we were given the player because we qualified. But then there was another rule, like you had to intervene and you can also recall the incident.
I still remember.
And we literally had to argue with Dasos Dynamos because they also wanted the same player. I said like, no, you guys can't do that. We need the player. But eventually they got the player.
So I don't know if you
Because they couldn't support us. Yeah.
I don't know if you remember this. I don't still remember this from the auction. So you said you guys had 2,000 left in your purse. You had to pick up a player. So I don't know if you remember. You had asked me. I think we were trying to help you guys out. You had asked a question on the table. You were like, "Can I buy a player from the other teams as well?" We were like, "I think no, that's not puppet verse, unfortunately." But ultimately, so whomever you guys have ended up picking, right? Are you happy with the squad? Are you happy with the players? Are the players happy to be on the team?
I don't think I would want it any other way. Like everyone brings their own strength to the table and it's an amazing team. I think all the teams should really watch out for what we are going to bring to the game. And we're really excited about it because it's not just star players, but you will have a lot of surprise package from us coming onto the courts from October 10th onwards. Yeah. Yeah.
So watch out for the surprise packages, guys. So, and a little more, with Zina. So Zina, I'm sure everyone knows who Zina is, and she also happens to be like personally one of the first people I've met through pickleball, and she's also the first person I ever played a tournament with. This is last year, which feels like forever, so long ago. Like I think last August or September, whenever the first time we played a tournament. And she was like, it was a mixed doubles tournament and we ended up playing together. I think we went to the semis.
Yeah.
And, back then it was, we would play once in like couple of weeks and we were like, we are so good at this. We are killing it, man, That used to be the attitude. And then we eventually started going to tournaments and we got down to reality. But it was fun times. It was so much fun. Yeah. We were all just getting into the game. And Zina and we would play, she would be one of the players. Both of us would try to find the other two people who can join us in practice or whenever we play. So that's how it started off for us. Yeah. And then, Zina now is, as an icon player, she's a captain for Kirti Warriors. I'm really happy that Kirti was able to find Zina and vice versa. Yeah. I think you guys seem to be a good match from the outside at least.
Yeah. I think Casa is the only team where we have a lot of women who are playing key roles. That's our captain Zina. Our co-owner, Saina Newar, she's boosting the entire community. Come on, guys. She's doing that. And yeah, me being a woman, I'm really proud to associate with other women who are strongly supporting this game and who are so passionate about what they do. So I juggle between other things, my business, kids, and my kids are very young, so they need mother time right now. So, yeah, being a full-time mother, businesswoman, and then being a pickleball owner, it's not an easy thing to do, but my captain, my CEO, and the rest of the team, they've been like really supporting us, and vice versa. Even we always want to support them with what they are asking.
No, I think the very fact of you, Saina, and Zena playing such key roles with your team is definitely going to impact certainly future seasons of HPL and not only the number of women, but also certainly like the level that women are going to play at. So definitely great stuff. And thank you so much for joining us today.
So one last question.
Just kidding.
One last segment, you can say, before we conclude for today. So now that we've spoken a little bit about your team, about the option strategy. So when you look at the league, right, when you look at the other teams, so what are your expectations for the season? Who do you think are maybe some of the tougher opponents, maybe some opponents who are, maybe you can deal with them slightly easier? So what would you say?
We do have a roast and gossip section, guys. This is going to be the quickest.
Okay, I didn't know, no, you don't have a diplomacy.
See, I mean, like, I don't have to be diplomatic, but at the same time, I would like to put it this way. I think all the teams have to watch out for KT Warriors because, as I said earlier, no pressure. Yeah. There's absolutely no pressure on a team, but we are going to give you a strong fight on the court. That's all that we can say. And Zena, what do you have to say?
Come on, Sin.
Wow.
You can be candid.
No, I was talking about this earlier also. I think everybody, all teams have their star players. Some of the captains are actually star players. What will prove right on the court is who stands with the mental strength on the court. It's not about the game anymore. It's 1,000 people watching you. It's that pressure that the outside noise creates on the players, and that one wrong shot, what it does to you. So I think it's a lot of mental game on the court than the physical. Everybody can run for that shot. Can you deliver the right shot in that chaos and fun chaos will be proven to be the hero of that day. So I think, yeah, that's my 2 bits. And everybody would want to win. So we would want to win.
Yeah.
So what are your expectations for the season? Where do you think you guys will finish? I'm sure you guys will want to finish first. That is the ambition.
Yeah, we only want to finish first.
Yeah, top 4.
No pressure, but we are finishing first, so we want to finish first.
Okay, we are going to finish first.
So at least like what we are aiming at, and then what happens, you're okay with whatever happens, but we
Yeah,
are
yeah.
aiming to finish.
The target will always be that, right? Who would want to lose? Everybody would want to win. Yeah.
So everyone's going to lose. Going to win.
So there we have it, guys. Watch out for the Kirti Warriors, and you know what to expect from them. Right from the event itself, that is on 10th of October, the first ties that we're going to see of the HPL, and also from their team on the court. I think they're going to give their 100% as
1,000% advantage.
so sorry, 1,000% on and off the court always. So there we have it, guys. Please, this is Kitty.
Yeah,
And once again,
Yeah, and I'm so sorry to say, October 10th is going to be a carnival of sports, and that's at Reserve, Ganipet, pickleball courts. Yeah.
there you have it, guys. This is for all the other owners and captains. Captains, watch out on the court, off the court. Owners, watch out. This is the event to beat. So so you know what to do. Okay. So there we have it. So that's the end of the episode for this week, and we'd like to thank Kirti and Zena once again for being part
Yes, you got it.
of the Up and Blood podcast. We hope to see you guys again for a reaction video
Yes.
of
I think we should definitely get on, in front of camera again.
Oh, sure. I'm sure we'll find your camera, at the end of the event, and we would like to record your reactions on how it went.
Yeah.
So I think we can call it there. Yeah.
Thank you.